Welcome back, everybody, to the Real Frame Reviews. I'm Scott, and today we're reviewing I Feel Pretty. I Feel Pretty stars Amy Schumer, Michelle Williams. I always forget her name. She's got a really unique name. Let me look it up. Busy Phillips, that's it. Busy Phillips stars in this. Not really stars, but she's a side character. I Feel Pretty is about a girl who is very. I guess she's very self conscious about the way she looks, the what she does for a living, all sorts of different things. And what happens to her is a freak accident at a cycling class, and all of a sudden she thinks she is everything that she wants to be looks wise. That sparks uber confidence in her, and she starts becoming a different person, for better and for worse. This movie was directed by Abby Cohn and Mark Silverstein. I think they did It's Just Not That Into You and maybe some other movies along those lines. A lot of people think this movie's kind of like Shallow Hal. When I first heard of it, I thought it might be kind of relevant to Shallow Hal, except for the fact that you don't actually see anything different other than what Amy Schumer actually looks like. Now, there was already controversy surrounding this movie because of Amy Schumer. They call her the joke stealer. I actually think that's kind of funny. Reading all the comments about her stealing jokes, it's good. I went into this movie with a really open mind, and actually, what I found out was this movie was extremely boring to me. I thought it wasn't funny at all. I was in a theater that was decently full, and there were scattered chuckles and laughter. None of the big jokes ever really landed with anybody in the audience, and that's kind of surprising. And well, actually, I don't really know if it's surprising. I don't really watch Amy Schumer films or her comedy hour, but it was surprising because I thought it was supposed to be more of a comedy, and it wasn't. And just the runtime alone, which wasn't very long, it just had me like antsy in the seat. Like, come on, what's gonna happen? Can we get somewhere? And that's for negative and somewhat positive because of the route that they take. With movies like this, you know sort of the outcome, the cookie cutter. There has to be something that happens. Then she meets people, and then you have her errors coming to the forefront, and that makes her friends or loved ones kind of distance themselves from her, and then she's got to kind of go back and rework her ways and get back together with everybody. That's the way these movies work. And what this film did differently than that was actually start with her becoming very confident, and it was subtle. I guess her negative qualities of the way she thought or the way she now looks at herself wasn't right there like oil on water right away. It took time to develop that throughout the movie, and then you're like, I just don't think this is really good. She starts shaming other people, becoming sort of arrogant, and it's like, wow, this is a negative. And it almost lost me, except for what happens in the end, which is what the film is kind of saying, as you can be different just the way you are, and if you want to change, it's not just going to you can't just wish it to happen. If you want change, you have to go out and make it happen. And that's sort of what this is saying. Also, with the fact that you can be who you are and be confident, and people will look at you differently and think, oh, okay, this person's confident. I can go out, and as long as I believe in myself, then other people will kind of see that aura around me, and then all of a sudden they will come to respect you in that way. And I did like that. And not to mention the fact that other people, other characters in this film did have flaws too. They're very insecure. Michelle Williams is a very insecure person, even though she's thin, she's good looking, she is running this company. She still feels self-conscious about certain things. Another actress, Wojnarowski, Emily Ratajkowski, I believe her name is in this, and she's a stunningly good-looking woman, and then she comes out and says that she has issues, and Amy Schumer's character is like, what, you? How is that possible? So this has that bright spot, and it actually, what it says, it's really meaningful, and I thought, okay, if it was that long to get to this point, maybe it was worth it in the end. And then you sort of sit back and realize how contradicting it is because of what they're trying to sell in the long run. It's like a cosmetics company. So you can be yourself, you can do what you want to do, but buy our products of makeup to change your looks, and it didn't bug me at first. And I kind of keep going back and forth on it because I think the idea was that they were trying to go for is that they want a brand of makeup that doesn't make people feel like, just the every woman can go and get. But I don't buy makeup, so I didn't really get all that, and I think that's what really is kind of hurting the score and the reviews on this is because of what that's saying at the end. Look, I think the cast around Amy Schumer is pretty solid. And Amy Schumer at times is, charming. But, dude, it's not funny. I didn't laugh. I rarely laughed out loud. It was more like, like chuckles. There wasn't anything that really grabbed my attention. It wasn't my favorite movie. I'll put it that way. What it did do, though, is I saw fathers bringing their daughters to this. I saw a lot of women in this theater, and you know what? If they felt better, then I feel better. Although I didn't enjoy the pacing of the movie, there were things and some attributes to this film that I did enjoy. I just won't come back to this movie. I've seen it once. I know what it's good for, and I hope everybody who saw it actually feels empowered and feels better about it, because I do think the message was strong. Stronger at some moments than others, but in the end, I think it seems to be that it did what it needed to do. The ending is just not where it should be. And with that said, I'm going to give I Feel Pretty a 2 out of 4 stars. Like, subscribe, comments. Big week this week coming out in movies. I still got Sergeant Stubby to do, American Hero, and then, of course, the big one, which is Infinity War. So stay tuned for that. See ya.